Sache.
Il est passé. Super, l'artiste. Super, encore un but sensationnel. That's a brilliant bit of follow-up play by Mahe.
Oh my goodness me, what a shot.
Sagosen setter det hen! Han setter den! Vi er i semifinale igjen!
Hello everyone and welcome to the Uninformed Handball Hour. It's Chris with you, and the main round of the Men's EHF Euro 2026 is underway. We've had some big results already on day one over in Herning, with that group looking as tight as it promised to be. Only Germany with maximum points having beaten Portugal. Then 4 teams locked on 2 points. Only Spain on a donut after that first round of games. We will go into more detail in that group and the other main round group, which begins later today in Malmo. We'll do the next show on Saturday evening after the games, and that will be available in full on patreon.com/handball hour. But for this show, for everyone, we are going to take a couple of interviews, and we're switching the focus to a team that is always so fascinating, and a team that a lot of people have high expectations for every championship, but a lot of people giving them a lot of hope this time around. It's Iceland. A team that always has such loyal following, travelling to every single major event they play every January. And they have gotten off to a perfect start in this championship. Today we're going to speak to 2 members of the squad who played the last time they won medals in the 2008 Olympic Games, which is one of just 4 Olympic medals Iceland have ever won, which maybe gives a little bit of an insight into why this team is so loved and why there's so much focus on them, and at the EHF Euro in 2010 when they won bronze. That is goalkeeper Björgvin Páll Gustavsson and head coach Snorri Guðjónsson. We spoke to both of them yesterday in the build-up to their opening main round game against Croatia. Björgvin, who's been with the team as goalkeeper through all the highs and lows over the last couple of decades, still going strong at the age of 40, and a real character as well. So great to have him on the podcast. We'll hear from him first, and then we'll hear from head coach Snorri Guðjónsson. So far, the championship seems to be going pretty well for this team. 3 wins out of 3, which I guess was the key thing, no matter how the results came about, just getting the wins.
Yeah, it was also good. The first 2 games were not the hardest games. We beat them with a couple of goals, but it's also important to have a game like against Hungary, where you have a stressful game, still win. It was a tough fight. Of course, I think it's the perfect recipe for going to this next stage, to have good feeling and also have played a strong game against a good opponent.
And with the Hungarians, it seems to be like a never-ending story, a recurring theme facing them over and over again. Is that something, I mean, you have been through all these championships, facing them a number of times in recent years. Is that relevant ahead of a game like that?
Yeah, I think so. In my age, you can't remember all games, but I take the positive games out of my out of my brain every time. I seem to forget every negative emotion, every negative game that I play. But still, of course, you get these memories all the time from the media as well before every game, and you can use it as a build-up also for the game. But you have to, keep the focus on the important part. Year to year, it's not the same opponent, not the same players, so it's a new storyline every time.
And a similar situation now in the next game, the first one of the main round in Croatia, who were the ones that ruined the championship last year. 4-2, and it was otherwise almost a perfect run.
Yeah, we are in the same run as now. We played an awesome tournament, last tournament. Scenarios maybe changed a little bit. We're not playing away as last time. They have the home advantage, of course, and we're also in a flow. Back against the wall last time also, Croatia. So it's a similar game, but I think we have gained some experience. We have learned something hopefully from the last matches against them. So, but still, it will be a fight until the end, and maybe the best storyline is the 2 coaches. They know each other very well. We know personally, know him very well from being a player, and he comes actually from my club, and the trainers played in the same club also growing up. So it's a good connection But we have to leave all that behind when it comes to the game tomorrow.
When you think about the lessons that you can take from that, as you said, it was a very different circumstance then. They were the home team. You will almost be the home team given the fans you have here.
Yeah.
I guess a lot of the motion will be different. And what can you take then in terms of pure handball or tactics?
Yeah, I think we also have to enjoy the difficult times in the game. Because we had, until then, that tournament, and we had everything going for us. This was like the big shock for us. And we couldn't dig our hole back, dig this hole back up from the hole again, because we were digging ourselves deeper and deeper and deeper. And with the audience, with the home advantage, with the emotions that the Croatian players showed, it got harder and harder. I think if this comes up again, we will go down. I think we have this experience to keep the cool, keep our emotions to ourselves, and play, of course, a better game. But like we said, I think also we have a better team this time. We have more experience together. We have been through tournaments, lost a couple of years together. We are coming into a flying start with, for example, two SCA Magdeburg players, Gisli and Omar, both playing now at the highest level, also playing one of the best handball at the moment all over the world. So I think we also have better weapons to beat Croatia, but still, I think this will be a tough game since they play also. We know what kind of defense they play. It hasn't been our favorite defense so far, but hopefully we learn something from last time.
Mentioned there before the media and how they also remind you of these things constantly. It's always fascinating from a non-Icelandic person to be seeing the coverage that goes into this championship. Also the traveling fans, how it's a real annual event following this team. How has your relationship to that grown over the years in terms of how you deal with the media scrutiny and also having such a close connection to the people who are following you here?
Yeah, the close connection is extreme in Iceland. You can see it also in the numbers of the people who watch the games in television. Almost every person in Iceland watches this game and has an opinion also on the game. So if the game goes bad, it's always the goalkeeper's fault. It's also something I'm used to, but still, it's an awesome feeling that you have this spotlight on you. And that's why I started playing handball at 8 years old. I thought I could do it better also at 10 years old. So I was like, these emotions. We are a lot of emotional country, nationalities. We're built from volcanoes and a lot of energy. So you can also feel it in the stands. And Kristianstad was awesome, to play there. And the national anthem played. It was like, you still get goosebumps after 24 years in the business. So that's something to take with you. And of course, if everybody wouldn't care, it would be fun.
As you said, 24 years in the business. I remember when we spoke five and a half years ago, you said you still felt like a young goalkeeper at 35. I mean, being in their 40s as a goalkeeper is all the rage now. Katrina Lunde, for example. How has that been the last few years? I guess also having your career on a local level, being back home in Iceland, is closer to family and maybe a little bit of a different pace. Does that help you when it comes to these 3-week or 4-week journeys once a year?
Yeah, I hope I've changed over the last 24 years. It's been a journey. I think I smashed my ego early on. When I came to the squad, I had long hair with a headband at 18 and thought I was the best in the world. Of course, now I'm playing alongside with one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Viktor Hallgrímsson plays for Barcelona, and I know my job is to play well when I'm needed. I think it's a good spot to be in, to sit on the bench, and if it's a good game, I don't play. It's a good feeling. But still, on the same page, I have to keep some of my ego, because if the team needs help, I have to be able to help them. And I have a lot of experience. If it's for 5, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, I can always give my best. And I think also my energy hopefully will help the team if I'm on the field also. But still, in a team like this, you can also see, if you look at our bench in the games, every player counts, I think.
How is that relationship? And as a goalkeeper pairing, as you said, with Victor Gisli, he's had a fantastic tournament so far.
Yeah.
You were, from what I saw, heavily involved in the warm-up games as well. That game against France, you played a big role. So I guess, is it a little bit different to in previous years, kind of where you're both in your careers now?
Yeah, I think so. But also, still, if there comes 10 minutes where it doesn't play good, I have to be ready. So it's also this, I have to keep in the back of my head. We also have to have not the same plan going into the games. We are very unlike goalkeepers. He's much bigger than me. Totally different goalkeeper, totally different person as well. I'm a little bit more crazy. He's a little bit more nice guy. I think it's also balanced out, and hopefully I can show my performance also well in the good in the tournament. But still, if he plays good, I'm happy, and that means we're going probably have a good game if he's playing good. So, but still, this connection has to be good. I can't help him, I believe. I also think it has something to do with it. We're together with this team that he plays so well. So, but still, as I'm helping him, when it goes wrong, I have to also be able to put something in the jar.
With this team, there's a core of players that have come up together the last few years, but there's also been some changes. I mean, Aaron Palmerson was always a big name in the squad who's now out properly for the first time in a while. And this team has gone through a lot of, close goals. And there always seems to be something that didn't quite go right with the team. For yourself, who's been through, the greatest achievements of this national team, talking about Olympic finals down to, battling away just to get to this stage. Where do you see this squad in terms of this team being a contender?
What I see the most is we're growing together. I think that's I best describe this, because we have had through the years amazing handball players, from Oliver Stefánsson to Ómaringi to Gísli. It's like we have all this Aaron Pálmarsson, Guðjón Guðjónsson, top players, but it's not so easy to bring these guys together because we have a lot of energy. We are many players playing similar handball. We don't have three meters guy and one fast guy. So growing together a team always takes time. That's why we have had some of the core players for the last couple of tournaments. Of course, we are missing Pálmarsson, but that's also the biggest question mark this tournament. It's about the leadership. When this comes to a game like against Croatia last year, or games where it's tight, then it's time to show the leadership, and that's what I'm really hoping we have the leaders in the team. I've seen it 100 times, but in these hard moments we have to be willing to take this step. If it's me, Victor, or other good players, it doesn't matter, but we have somebody to do it. So that's I'm looking forward to looking this when we're going down this train and we're not playing the best game, what will happen, and then the true leadership will come through.
Interesting. In this tournament, when you have the 3 games back-to-back in short time, the focus, I guess, is very much on what's happening in your group. Now you go into a whole other constellation, 4 new teams coming to town with you as well. Have you had a chance to see much of them, or how is the approach in terms of preparation?
Yes, similar like in Kristianstad, but still, our main focus is so small at the moment because we know one game can ruin everything. We can learn it from last tournament also. So that's the beauty of it. Next team is Croatia. We haven't reached the semi-finals since I don't know when. So we cannot think further than the next game. And when the next opponent is also a team that we lost to so short ago. I think the main focus has to be so small as possible, and of course, with the Iceland audience tomorrow, then we can take the next step. But until then, it's only Croatia that's thinking about.
Björgvin, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Pleasure. So after a pretty perfect opening week in terms of getting through with the 2 points on board, how is your feeling now heading into the second week of this championship?
It's quite good. Of course, when you win the group and win all the games, you're always a quite happy man, but you always find something, and there are still things that we can improve and need to be better at in the upcoming games, but we feel good. It was, although a little bit hard to lose Elvar Jónsson, it was a tough loss for us, but it's part of the game, and most of the teams are also fighting something like this, so in the end, we are quite happy with how we are.
I mean, losing Elvaron, and this is something that has happened, it seems, to Iceland quite a lot over the years. There always seems to be somebody who's not quite 100% or gets injured during the tournament. For you as a coach and your coaching staff, how deep are you thinking in this regard? Thinking about players that you're going to bring in, or potential different solutions when a player like that even might get injured, because you don't have a lot of time to react.
No, actually, you just have to make a quick decision. We managed it good against Hungary, and the players who came in stepped up. It's always difficult when you lose an absolutely key player. He's almost in every defense he's been playing. So, but now it happens. You stop thinking about him, and we are just focusing on a player that we have. I don't think so much about what could happen now. If something happens, we would just make something out of it, but we have the players here now. They are fit and they are ready for the game tomorrow, and we knew it by immediately that Elvar was out, so we just started to focus on the players we have and trying to make some changes, small changes in the defense, especially, but I think we will be ready tomorrow.
What's the balance at a championship like this between preparing what you know with your team and what you're going to try and give to the opposition, what they're going to bring to you, because you have so little time as well.
Exactly,
right,
that's a daily question.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but you're right. You just have to. I think the most important thing is, of course, your own team, and I think we have a good team. And in all the games, the most important thing is to get our things going. You know, if they can play our attack, our defense, we feel good. But you always have to have plan B and C. And then there is also all this analyzing and the videos that we show the players, and we are just trying to find the strengths and weakness of the opponents, and then you show it to them in videos. But in the end, you just have to execute the plan and get some performance, especially from our key players. I think that's the main thing for almost every team in the tournament.
And now very familiar, it seems to be familiar foes every stage of this competition for Iceland, right? Now you've got Croatia, which was the big game last year.
Yeah, exactly.
The only loss, which turned out to be, I guess, one of the most unluckiest losses. How much of very different circumstances, you know, in terms of they were at home then, but how much does that kind of feed into tomorrow and the preparation?
Actually, we don't think about it that much, what the atmosphere is tomorrow or was 1 year ago. I think for 1 year ago and also now, we are just facing a really good team. You know, team who becomes number 2 in the World Championship. It's a good team. So, and they have the same DNA. I think they have the same philosophy, and it's a hard opponent. They can play really good defense, both 5-1, 6-0, and with a lot of physics. How the atmosphere was and will be is nothing that I'm thinking about ahead of the game.
How has your relationship to coaching at these championships changed over the years? When you've had a lot of experience on the playing side and now a bit of time as coach, how has it changed much in comparison to the first time you led the team into a tournament?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not thinking about it all the time, but I think just it's almost everything you do in life, you know, with more experience, the better feeling you have for it. And also I know the guys better, the guys knows me, you get your things a little bit more going. So there I think it's more just easy going. I'm not saying that I'm relaxed, you know, I'm stressed ahead of the game and nervous and everything, but it's a mix of everything. The experience, you know the team a little bit better, and the staff and everything. So when it comes together, you just feel a little bit better.
And there's always so much of a scrutiny, whether it's positive or negative at home. A lot of people traveling over it. It's like a national holiday every year for people going over, which must also make you feel like as a team quite special to have such a connection. But I guess that also brings a lot of expectation.
It's expectation and the pressure, but you don't want to have it the other way.
Yeah.
You don't want to have that and no one is following you, or it's not important for the people at home that we play good. But yes, it brings pressure, but we are also putting just pressure on ourselves. We want to perform well. I think we can do good, and I think we can go a long way in every tournament. But it's also an energy and something that makes you proud that people loves the team and love the guys, and all these people are coming here. So you can make a decision. Look at this at the pressure, or just use it the right way. It's because it also gives you energy and makes you proud.
In the first week, thinking ahead to the long main round with 4 big games coming, where, as you know from last year, you know, one game can change everything. Is there a little bit of squad management that was already involved in those first 2 games, or is that something you can't even allow yourself to think about?
What we have been doing good now is just try to keep the focus on what's important, and that's the next game. And we did it in the group. It was Italy, then it was Poland, and then it was Hungary, and now we are just doing exactly the same thing. We have Croatia tomorrow. All the focus is on them, and then we will play the game, and after that we will see at Sweden and how the standings are, and I think it suits us better to not think too far and just focus on ourselves and the next opponent.
With that in mind, and thinking about, the development of the team as a whole, do you have an idea of what success at a championship is like this, with knowing that it's not always 100% in your hands, or one result can change anything? Are you thinking bigger picture as well, or is it all results focused?
Ahead of tournament, you dream maybe, but in the tournament itself, I think it's just really important to stay, in a small circle and not go too far. If you go too far and start to think too far, it's usually ends in a bad way.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much for that insight.
No problem.
Well, thank you to Björgvin and to Snorri. Hope you enjoyed those interviews. Interesting insight into the relationship that these players and coaches have to the nation, to their travelling fans, and how they deal with not just the expectation, but the honour that it is to play for this Icelandic team. And as they spoke about, it's a big game coming up. Their opening match of the main round against Croatia, a game which defined the World Championship for both of those teams last year. It was a victory for Croatia, which propelled them into the mix and eventually to the silver medal of the World Championship. It was only one loss for Iceland in that tournament, which knocked them out in the end. So a fascinating one to look out for. That's the opening game of the day on Friday. I hope you enjoy the matches. And as I said at the top of the show, we'll be back on Saturday night. We're recording, so Sunday, the next podcast, which will be available in full on patreon.com/handball hour. So join us there for bonus podcasts throughout the championship and ad-free listening. Until then, take care and goodbye.